Most people think building generational wealth is about catching the next big investment trend, but professional poker players know better. They win by making hundreds of small, smart decisions, not by chasing lucky breaks. Today, I will show you how mastering a poker mindset can transform your investing future, especially in crypto. In poker, great players like Daniel Negreanu are never obsessed with winning a single hand. Over his career, Negreanu focused relentlessly on smart, high-percentage plays that added up over months and years. He knew that chasing flashy wins was a trap. Investing is no different. You will not build wealth by trying to catch the next meme coin at the perfect moment. You build it by consistently making smart, boring decisions over time. Imagine putting just $100 into Bitcoin and Ethereum every single week since 2017, despite all the brutal crashes and crazy headlines. That simple strategy would have multiplied your investment several times over by now. The secret is discipline. Automate your buys through platforms like Coinbase or Kraken. Set it and forget it. Do not even check the price every day, because the truth is, short-term volatility is noise. Long-term compounding is the real game. If you stay consistent, even modest weekly investments can snowball into life-changing sums over a decade. Most people quit before they see it happen. But in order not to quit, you need another key skill. This is all about staying in the game for the long run. Professional poker players like Ferguson are legendary for one thing above all else: ruthless bankroll management. Ferguson famously never risked more than 5% of his entire bankroll on any single tournament. No matter how good the opportunity looked, he stayed disciplined because he knew the truth. You cannot win tomorrow if you go broke today. Investing demands the same discipline. Your portfolio is your bankroll. You should never risk your entire portfolio on a single token, project, or trend. Instead, cap any single bet at a small percentage of your total. For example, never put more than 5 to 10% of your crypto holdings into any one altcoin, no matter how promising it sounds. Take 2018 as a hard lesson. Ethereum crashed over 90% from its peak. Early investors who had stashed stablecoins or fiat reserves were able to buy back Ethereum at under $100. Those who went all in with no cash buffer, most panic sold at the bottom and never recovered. The lesson is brutal but simple. Survival is your first job. In poker and in investing, the only ones who win long-term are the ones who are still sitting at the table after the storm passes. But in order to do this, you need to make sure that you never go on tilt. When a poker player gets a bad beat, get frustrated, and their play suffers, they're said to go on tilt like a pinball machine. They lose control. Even world-class players like Phil Hellmuth sometimes go on tilt. In poker, that can mean losing millions in a single night. In investing, it can wipe out years of progress in one bad trade. Crypto will absolutely test your emotional limits. Prices can crash 30% in a day. Headlines will scream that Bitcoin is dead, and every instinct you have will tell you to sell in a panic. In 2018, thousands of investors dumped Bitcoin when it hit $3,000, convinced the ride was over. Less than 3 years later, Bitcoin soared past $60,000. The ones who panicked locked in their losses forever. The ones who stayed patient built life-changing wealth. So how do you avoid tilting your portfolio into the ground? You must build a system before the storm hits. Pre-commit to simple rules. Never sell based on fear, only rebalance at scheduled times, and keep emergency cash outside of your investments. Professional players have routines to steady their nerves. You need investing routines to steady your hand. Emotional control is not about shutting off your feelings. It is about anchoring yourself to a system that protects you from your worst moments. Here's a template to do exactly that. Set up automatic buys every week into Bitcoin and Ethereum, no matter what the headlines say. Keep at least 6 to 12 months of living expenses in stable coins like USDC or DI completely separate from your investment portfolio. That way, you are never forced to sell during a crash. Pre-commit to a rebalancing schedule, adjusting your holdings once every quarter, not based on fear or excitement. Keep 10% of your portfolio in dry powder. Stable coins you only deploy when extreme fear grips the market. Most importantly, create a personal rule. If Bitcoin or Ethereum drops 50% or more in a month, you commit to no selling or buying for at least 14 days. Let the storm pass before making any moves. To lock it all in, write a short mantra you will read when temptation hits. I build wealth by following my system, not my emotions. Building generational wealth is not about being perfect. It is about having the right habits, the right mindset, and a system strong enough to survive your worst days. Professional poker players win by showing up with discipline every time they sit down at the table. You can win the wealth game the same way, one smart decision at a time. If you are serious about stacking smarter crypto moves, make sure you subscribe. And if you're thinking about buying Bitcoin again, you need to see this first.